Welcome to another episode of the Bethesda Brothers Podcast. I am the KingFanMan, joined with my partner and guest host, Joey Caps Gaming. How are you doing, Brother Joe?
King, I am doing fantastic. How are you?
I am too, and it's good to see you. It's been a couple of weeks. You've been busy with baseball stuff, and I've been busy with life stuff, but it's always great to be back together, and we've got a great subject today. Well, the opening news of the subject is not great, but then we're going to get into some neat conjecture today. We're going to be talking Starfield, we're going to be talking Fallout 5, the future of Bethesda, as always, but the news is, as of today, it has been being reported by multiple sources that Starfield DLC and the PlayStation port has been delayed until spring of 2026. Now they're talking middle of March to June, somewhere in there it's going to come. So we're going to talk about the reasons it's going to be delayed, or probably going to be delayed. Now Bethesda has not responded to this, but again, multiple sources are saying this. But why have they delayed it? The only thing that has been said is because it was due to the RPG's weak sales, especially the Shattered Space. Now remember, Microsoft came in the day of the layoffs and stopped production on everything. They stopped production on the Elder Scrolls 6, everything, and they restructured Bethesda Game Studios. So obviously, one of the things they put a hiatus on is Starfield for now, to focus on Fallout. So obviously, we're going to get into that, and guys, I got something spicy, a spicy little rumor or tidbit about Starfield. And I know Joe, I did not tell Joe before the podcast, so he's just, what is it, King?
About Fallout, right?
But no, it's about Starfield, actually.
Oh, the rumor about Starfield.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what is your first reaction to Starfield being delayed? I thought we was going to hear it at Gamescom, but obviously not.
So the PS5 release being delayed, it's okay. You know, it's fine. So I guess the reason why it's delayed is because they want to release it alongside the second expansion.
Yes.
I just feel like the diehard Bethesda fans, they have access to Starfield in some way.
Yes.
So it doesn't really affect the diehard Bethesda fan. So them releasing it alongside the expansion makes a ton of sense, because there would be a little bit more hype on it than there is now because of the new expansion. And we're also hoping that this expansion and a couple future updates save this game.
Yes.
They made a lot of quality of life improvements to Starfield that I wish they had at launch, but they made a lot. And it made Starfield into a more fun game. You know, it really did. And I commend them for that. But it wasn't enough to get people back, to get some people back. They need to do something. They need to do something big for Starfield. And this part of this new expansion that comes out next year, maybe that could be it. Maybe this could be their Far Harbor a little bit, you know?
Boy, you would hope it would be, especially them taking a full year. Now it's going to be literally over a year for them to be working on this.
When did the first DLC come out? In September 2024?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not looking at it. But we haven't had anything this year from Starfield other than just, little bitty updates. Okay, let me give you the tidbit, the rumor that's out there, okay? In fact, I've heard it from 3 different places. This is so wild. This is total conjecture, okay? But could it be that they are literally working on, or have decided to work on, a live service multiplayer aspect of Starfield? Now, there's several reasons why I say that, but before I give you the sources, I just want to get your thoughts on that. What does that interest you at all? And we're talking like a co-op part to Starfield. Could this be what saves Starfield?
That could absolutely 1,000% save the game.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me, King? Imagine me and you roaming the planet, roaming planets together, just teaming up, having fun. This is something that I really wish that they added at launch, but this is something that I would have loved to have in Fallout 4. And just for like you or whoever come in my world, help me complete quests and all that stuff. King, they do it in stinking Pokemon.
Yeah.
They literally do it in Pokemon. You could invite your friend to your world and they come in your world and you're just in the same world together. You could do your own quest still. You could do all of that. They could do it in
They could do it in
should be able
Starfield.
to you think they should be able to do it in Starfield. I think that would be tremendous. That would be so much fun. That would add just another layer to the game.
Well,
A brand new layer.
let's back up and think why this possibly might be. Number one,
Yeah.
remember, of course, me and you have been talking about this in a different way. I was thinking that what ZeniMax, the project that got canceled, Project Blackbird, I thought that was the online version of Starfield. Remember? We talked
Yep.
about that a lot. I thought that was
Yeah.
going to be it. It wasn't. But could it be that, did you know all of those ZeniMax employees, by the way, not a one of them has been laid off? They all are still working. Even though their project was canceled, they are in a union. And that union, all the things weren't finalized by it, but they can't be fired yet until
Wow.
until the lawyers and all that talk. So could they get those ZeniMax employees to help with the online aspect? Of course, Bethesda knows a lot more now than they did when they made Fallout 76. They've been working on 76 for years. Plus, you have the ZeniMax online employees as well. But again, Microsoft came in and restructured everything at Bethesda. In other words, they were going to focus on what they could do. Number one, to save Starfield. Well, no, I should say number one, to get to work on Fallout, and then to save Starfield. What can we do? Well, multiplayer. The Gamer magazine wrote this: the most effective and drastic way to rekindle Starfield with ongoing dynamic attention is multiplayer, co-op, live service, instead of just content updates here and there. Now, remember, Todd Howard also said he wanted Starfield to kind of be a live service game anyway. Remember, he wanted to support it for 10 years. And it's kind of funny. Luke Stevens actually put out a video today about Starfield multiplayer. He's thinking the next thing that BGS is working on after Fallout or after Elder Scrolls 6 is Starfield multiplayer. So it's funny.
Not Fallout 5?
No. And he used all kinds of interviews and everything else, and I'm not
So
giving.
wait, so King, this then wouldn't be an add-on. It would be a new game.
No,
Okay.
we're talking about adding it to the existing game, not
Adding it to the base game.
yeah,
Got it.
not
Yeah.
like Elder Scrolls Online or anything like that. We're talking about adding a co-op to it, and then essentially making Starfield a live service game after that.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be against that. I could, it would be cool to say, "Hey, King, you want to play Starfield?"
Wouldn't that be
That'd
neat?
be cool. That would be cool. Hey,
Now,
King, let's play Starfield.
I've got to add, and this is really cool, and I'm not a huge Luke Stevens fan, but he had something at the end of his video that I thought we had to talk about, because
Okay.
he went into all these details about how Todd is being very coy about what they're working on after the Elder Scrolls 6. If you remember all the way back to like 2022, he said the Elder Scrolls, then Fallout 5. But then
Okay.
the very next year, he came back and said, well, I mean, yes, we're working on Fallout 5 at some point after the Elder Scrolls 6. And then every interview after that, he's been asked about Fallout 5. And he said, he talks about, I don't want to put a date. He will never confirm that Fallout 5 is the next thing they're working on after the Elder Scrolls 6. So let's just look at the future of Bethesda, and we know a lot of crazy things are going on, especially with
Yeah.
Microsoft reorganizing them.
Yeah, yeah.
There,
King though,
go ahead.
really quick though. I'm sorry, but I don't know if a Starfield multiplayer DLC, we'll call it. I don't know if that would prevent a Fallout 5.
No, not at all.
So like I don't know if it would impede on production of Fallout 5.
No,
I'm so for Starfield, multiplayer aspect. That would be tremendous. But I don't think, like, my point is, I don't think they're gonna work on Elder Scrolls 6 and say, all right, now we're working on a Starfield, online, DLC, and then Fallout 5. They could do the Starfield online like now, because
now.
the game, they're still making content for it.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, and could that be the delay from the fall to the spring too, to add that component in
Maybe.
there? Boy, wouldn't that be
Maybe. Oh my gosh.
interesting? But what I'm talking about is the main group, the group that's working on the Elder Scrolls 6 now. What are they going to work on after the Elder Scrolls 6? I believe, because we just heard that Fallout 5 has been greenlit, I believe Fallout 5 is being worked on now simultaneously with the Elder
Okay.
Scrolls 6. Whether it's BGS and some other group, or if it's
Yep.
just another group inside BGS. But
Okay.
so, what is the main group going to work on? Anyway, Luke Stevens had the wildest idea of what they could work on after the Elder Scrolls 6.
Please tell me.
Indiana Jones Part 2. And here's a reason. And I thought we have to talk about this. Did you know in 2009 that, by the way, first, Todd Howard loves Indiana Jones. And he said he has two dream games. One was Starfield, the space game, and the second one was Indiana Jones. And you say, well, he did get to work on Indiana Jones with Machine Games. Yeah, but in 2009, Todd Howard, personally was the one that pitched the Indiana Jones to Disney and all to LucasArts and all those people that had to say yes to it. But he pitched it as a game for BGS to do. I didn't know that. But you can go back in an interview that, yes, he wanted BGS to be the ones that made it. Well, we just heard recently that Indiana Jones 2 is greenlit. It's greenlit to go. Well, is Machine Games going to make it? Or could it be a BGS project? Just think for a moment in your head of BGS making an open world Indiana Jones game the way they make games. And there's a reason I say this, because you know what Machine Games should be working on? They should be working on Wolfenstein 3, because Amazon just announced that there is a Wolfenstein TV program coming.
Right.
So if they're not working on Wolfenstein 3, they're missing a huge opportunity. So I said all that to say, who's going to work on Indiana Jones 2 if Machine Games is working on Wolfenstein? Could it be? Is there any possibility? And I know people are laughing, but I'm telling you, he pitched it originally as a BGS made game. Would Mike? I mean, I could see
King,
Microsoft saying yes to that.
the reason why I'm not there, you have me a little speechless.
I
And
probably
not in a
have.
good,
I probably have everybody speechless.
yeah,
Oh, I
not
know. I
not
know.
not necessarily in a good way.
I know, because we're excited about the Elder Scrolls and Fallout. Why would we want to
Not,
try
I'm
anything else
telling
new?
you, man, do not, do not. You,
It would be
I
a
don't want to.
huge
I
risk.
don't listen. I don't want to hate on it. I really don't. But at the same time, you did this with Starfield already.
And you did it
You
with
did it
Fallout
with Starfield.
76. I mean, there was two
Come on.
risks in a row.
Yeah, but brand new IP.
Yeah.
You did it with Starfield. Okay, with 76, sure. A multiplayer game, a new thing, sure. But you did it with Starfield already. We don't want that. I don't want that stop doing it.
I know it.
Just stop doing it.
I know it.
Like, stop. Elder Scrolls 6, Elder Scrolls Fallout.
Just
That's
make
it.
Elder Scrolls and Fallout, please.
Elder Scrolls Fallout.
You want to shake them? Please make Elder Scrolls and Fallout.
Elder Scrolls Fallout. Elder Scrolls Fallout. Elder Scrolls Fallout. And then King, do you know what? If they do add a multiplayer aspect to Starfield, and if it becomes incredibly fun and it injects new life into it, then maybe you revitalize that IP all of a sudden.
But
I think that could happen.
Can I stop you? But please be making Elder Scrolls and Fallout, even if you're going to do the Starfield.
You can't, man. You can't. And honestly, King, Microsoft, there's a reason why news broke about Fallout 5 being greenlit, right? And people were joking like, oh, it being greenlit, that shouldn't be too big of a deal. It should have been greenlit already. There's a reason why they gave us that knowledge that it's greenlit. There's a reason why it was leaked. Is because Microsoft, this is just me shooting from the hip, Microsoft is going to try to get Fallout content out as soon as possible.
Yes.
And people might say, oh, Fallout 5 is 25 years away.
Nope.
I don't think it's as far away as people think. I truthfully do not think it's that as far away as people think.
4 years at the most.
Huh?
4 years at the most.
I would say 5, but I'm with you. Between that range. I agree with you 1,010%. 1,010, I agree with you. They're not going to sit. Season 2, I guarantee you, Season 2 of the TV show is going to be better than Season 1. And that rarely ever happens. But I bet you it's going to be better than Season 1. And which is going to, once again, inject even more life into the Fallout IP. More life than it has now. And Fallout's a pretty freaking strong IP, King. It's incredibly strong. That's why we want more games from it so bad.
Joe, if they do not...
Forget what I was yelling about.
No, with all this, I'll explain. All of this restructuring, if they do not have what we're saying, the Elder Scrolls 6 going on and Fallout 5 going on at the same time within BGS, then somebody at Microsoft and at Bethesda needs to be fired.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
I agree. I know.
And I would even add, if they didn't do a Fallout spinoff alongside this, somebody needs to be fired. Because there's studios out there that want it. Obsidian wants it. They've already said it publicly. They want it. In Exile wants it publicly.
Right.
Give them the Fallout spinoff. We need to have Fallout 3, a Fallout spinoff, and Fallout 5 in production right now. And I think they are, but if they're not, somebody at Microsoft needs to be fired.
So this is what I'm going to say.
That's common sense. Okay.
Yes. This is a little nugget for people.
I don't normally get worked up. I'm getting worked up today.
Because I work you up. Anyway, Mr. Matty Plays, good guy. He's a good guy. I've spoken to him a few times. Personally, he's a good guy. He just had an interview with Brian Fargo.
Mm-hmm.
Now, why is Mr. Matty Plays all of a sudden interviewing Brian Fargo for? Maybe just to do it. Maybe Matty's just doing it. But you guys have to trust me. And King, I'll tell you off camera. I won't tell you on camera because I don't want other people to know. You guys have to trust me that when Matty's doing something, there might be a very good reason as to why.
Right.
And I can't tell you what that why is. I know what that why is, and I could tell you, King, after the show what that why is. Maybe I'm over speculating, over analyzing, and I very well might be. But because he's interviewing him, the timing's very weird.
Yeah.
We're hearing more talk about Fallout 5, a spinoff. Now all of a sudden he interviews Brian Fargo. Maybe he just landed that interview and that is that. But I think There's there's if you see, you can't read in between the lines because you don't know. But if I read in between the lines, it's like, huh.
Oh, very
Wait a
suspicious timing,
second.
isn't it?
And King, I'll gladly tell you after. I might have told you in the past,
Yeah.
but I'll gladly tell you after why I'm thinking this. I think there's something to that. I really do. I don't think you're just going to drop a Brian Fargo interview and it mean nothing. And maybe it might mean nothing. Maybe it just means nothing. Like, I don't know. Maybe it does.
Well, we've said the same thing about all the Obsidian talking and Exile talk. There's way too much smoke. I've been told so many times in the comments, it ain't ever going to happen. Yeah. And I just tell them, you just wait. Just wait.
I know. King, we were told that Fallout 3 remastered wouldn't happen. We were told Oblivion remastered wouldn't happen. Not from Bethesda or anybody, but from, fans and stuff. Like, oh no, they're not working on that. There's no way.
Okay.
Oblivion remastered exists. Fallout 3 remastered exists. This stuff exists. And King, you and I are pretty smart. We're not stupid people. Are we right 100% of the time? No, no one is. That's impossible. No one is. But at the same time, we're pretty good with our educated guesses. We're pretty good at it. And as I said, sometimes maybe we could be wrong. It happens.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I agree. There's a lot of smoke here. There's a ton of smoke to the Fallout
And
IP, as there should be.
Joe, we said it before the podcast. We have been ahead of the news on this podcast. And I'm talking about ahead of any of the news on the Fallout stuff. We were talking about this a long time before it hit mainstream.
Right.
And of course, all this coming out about Starfield today, we were talking about the online Starfield a long time before this. So, yeah, there's something to it. But I'll again say, if something happens and it doesn't work out, then somebody needs to be fired because, man, they're missing so many opportunities. So many opportunities. They've already missed them. I mean, these things should have been greenlit a long time ago.
We should be getting Fallout 5 in like 2 years.
Yeah.
Like we should be. They've known about the TV show since 2020, King. Why didn't they greenlight Fallout 5 then?
Me and you were screaming for more 76 content and a single player game and remasters back then before the TV show came out. And then Todd says, oh, it surprised us how much it did for the game. Well, all you had to do is watch what happened to The Witcher and that TV show to know it's not that hard. Who has that job at Microsoft or Bethesda to do these things? Who's in the planning stages? We need to go find those jobs.
In my opinion, Microsoft lost a lot of money by not coming out with the new Fallout project around the TV. They lost a lot of money.
If you remember, 76 was in a lull too then before that show. Microsoft was thinking about killing the dadgum game.
I know. Freaking Fallout 4, 9 years old at the time, or 9 years, right? 9 years old at the time. It had an injection in the player base that was, you did not foresee that happening. And it got super duper popular overnight.
And Joe,
when the show came out,
they couldn't even get the Fallout 4 update right. They broke the game.
I know, but you basically had almost release numbers.
Yes.
That's how many people were playing. So imagine if you had that with a new game. You would have had even more people. Triple, quadruple the number. Because it's a new Fallout game. So people are going to buy that anyway. If like for me, I wasn't playing Fallout 4 at that time, but I would play a brand new Fallout game at that time.
Absolutely.
Know what I'm saying? So it's they lost a lot of money by not coming out with a new Fallout game. I've said it a billion times on this podcast, on my channel in the past. Fallout 4 10 years ago made almost $1 billion in 24 hours. That's insane. So you completely you poo-pooed the bed.
Joe,
by not, so
you know what they could do? They could simply make a DLC for Fallout 4. Instead of that broken next gen update they tried to do, make another Far Harbor and make it come out with the TV show. People
It
would
would
go back and play a 10-year-old game for a DLC. Bethesda
it would
fans
be
would.
it would be cool if they did something like that, and it was like a 15-hour expansion or something.
Yeah.
Charge people $40 for it. I buy it.
This is changing the subject a little bit, but I want y'all to watch what happens. I bet you there is at least talks going on about an Elder Scrolls TV show to come out simultaneously with the Elder Scrolls game. Now we've got Wolfenstein, we've got Fallout, and by the way, Todd Howard has been approached in the past about doing an Elder Scrolls TV show. I
Yeah.
bet you there are talks going on about trying to get that done to come out simultaneously. Wouldn't that be huge?
That- Gigantic.
Yeah, gigantic.
It'd be gigantic. King, I can't take it with even I have to be honest with you, King. We're probably more than halfway through the life cycle of the this current gen consoles, PS5, Series X.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
just now they're probably going to come out with Fallout 76 PS5 Series X versions. We might get new consoles in like 2 years. Why
I
wasn't
know
this
we
done
will.
a
Yeah.
while ago? Why wasn't this done a while ago? This is so it's just I just feel like they neglect certain areas and it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. Give the Fallout IP the tender love and care that it deserves. And I think shockingly, and this might be a really stupid comment, but I'm saying it anyway. I think in a very weird way, it's been ignored a little bit. And it's like,
Yeah.
Joe, they made a whole TV show on the franchise. How is it ignored? Well, look at that Fallout 4 next gen update. Look at how dormant Fallout 76 was for a while. King, if we didn't have knowledge that they were going to make that 76 was going to get its biggest update ever later on this year, we would still be saying,
What's
where's
going
the
on?
76 content? What are we doing?
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that bit of news, we would still have doubts about 76.
Yep.
That's my opinion. So it's they need to treat this Fallout IP. It's funny. It's you have Activision abuses the Call of Duty IP, right? Abuses it. Ubisoft abused the
Yeah,
Assassin's
Assassin's
Creed IP.
Creed.
Abused it. Just abused it.
Assassin's
Bethesda,
Creed Part 20.
yeah, Bethesda, right? They don't do, and I don't want them to do that
No.
with Fallout. But it comes to a point where then it's the other extreme. It's the
Yeah.
complete other extreme
Yeah.
of
10
not
years
coming
since
out
a single
with it.
player Fallout. And it's nowhere close yet. We're still talking 4 more years away. Over 10 years from Elder Scrolls, and it's still not here yet. So, yeah. But the good news is, as we come to the end of our podcast, the good news is I truly believe that we are in, if they pull off good games, we're back in glory days of Bethesda as far as games coming out, because this stuff has finally shook them and said, you've got to get busy. You can't have 4 studios and not be working on the Elder Scrolls or Fallout.
I think right now I would hold back on that statement. I don't think so. I would love to re-enter those glory days as you call them. I would love to re-enter those, but right now I can't give them that kind of credit until they
I
prove
got
it to
you.
me.
Yeah, I
They
got you.
have to prove it. I have to see Oblivion remastered, awesome. But I have to see more. I
Yeah.
have to see Fallout 3 remastered soonish. I have like you have to see them show up.
Yep.
There can't be another 4 years with no Elder Scroll 6. Just can't be. Can't be another 12 years without a Fallout game. Just can't be. It's ridiculous. It's utterly ridiculous.
It is. It
Utterly
is.
ridiculous. You make so much money off this IP, and you're telling me that we're still. I heard the thing. Oh, we're still a small studio. Dang it, expand it then. The IP makes you loads of money. You want to charge me $60 for a 7-inch freaking NCR figure? It makes and listen, I'm gonna buy it. And guess what? Thousands of people are gonna buy it. Your IP makes a ridiculous amount of money. Take care of it. Take care of us.
They are not a small studio. 100 people made Skyrim. Now that same studio has over 400 people, and they have 3 other studios outside of that studio.
They're still calling it small. So it's like, okay, then get bigger then. You make so much money. Get bigger then.
This week on Bethesda Brothers Podcast, we are going to yell into the screen. Both of us.
Take it.
I can just see the thumbnail now.
I didn't expect to come on here and yell. I apologize.
No, but I do, again, and I agree with you. They have to prove it. They have to prove it with a good game. The Elder Scrolls 6 has to go back to what they used to be. I'm not saying they have to pull off a Skyrim, but it has to be Fallout 4 or better in quality. But what I was saying is the time where 5 and 6 and 7 years in between games, I don't think we're going to have that anymore going forward. It's not going to happen because we've got Fallout 3 Remastered coming, and we know Elder Scrolls 6 is getting close. Plus, we know there's at least one Fallout outside of Fallout 3 already in the process. I believe 2. So with all that said, I believe in the next 2 to 3 years, that's when the Bethesda boom is going to happen. That's what I'm hoping for. But yes, Joe, I agree. You agreed with me 1,010. I'll agree. I'll up you 10 and agree with you 1,020 that they have to prove it. They have to prove it. Well, guys, we talked about a lot today. Starfield delayed, but multiplayer may be coming, and then a lot of other stuff with Bethesda. Man, I enjoy this. Joe, you got anything else to say? You got anything else to yell about, Joe?
No. Thank you so much for having me on, King. I absolutely love doing this, doing the podcast, talking about Bethesda. It's another passion of mine that sometimes is a little dormant, because it has to be. But I love doing this, and thank you so much.
I do too, and you are a dear friend of mine. Isn't it great? We've never seen each other in the flesh, but we're so close of friends, and I love that.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's crazy.
I'm glad
God is good. All I can say.
I am glad the Lord provided. But I wish I would have done this at the first. Please remind me next time. Y'all, if y'all have not subscribed to Joey Caps Gaming, please go down in the description below and check out his link. I'll also put a link to his baseball channel that is thriving and doing great, even though it talks about the Yankees. And if you haven't subscribed to me, y'all can do that as well. I am the KingFanMan. He is Joey Caps. We will see you next time on the Bethesda Brothers. Bye, everybody.